It's 11:47 p.m. Someone you like just texted you, "Good night." You type 3 words back. Delete them. Type again. Delete again. 20 minutes later, you place your phone face down and tell yourself you'll reply tomorrow. You won't. This isn't about being busy. It isn't about being tired. Somewhere inside you, a quiet voice says one word, "Don't." And you listen. If that's ever happened to you, if you've ever felt someone getting close, and your first instinct was to step back, you need to hear this. You're not broken. You're not cold. You're not incapable of love. Psychology calls this an attachment pattern. But before you dismiss that as just another psychology label, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll probably recognize yourself in ways you never expected. Something deeper is running the show, and once you understand it, you may never look at your relationships the same way again. Next time, your body reacted before your mind had time to think. That's not weakness. That's memory. Emotional pain works the same way. If closeness once led to rejection, criticism, abandonment, or disappointment, your brain quietly filed intimacy under one simple category: danger. Not because it wants to ruin your relationships, because it's trying to protect you. Poorly, but sincerely. That's the voice you heard at 11:47 p.m. It doesn't shout. It doesn't scream, "Run." It simply whispers, "Careful. What if they leave? What if they disappoint you, just like everyone else?" And because it sounds reasonable, you don't question it. You obey it. Without realizing it, you begin pushing people away, before they ever get the chance to leave you first. And here's the strange part. 2 people can experience the exact same heartbreak, yet only one spends years pushing people away. Why? The answer has less to do with what happened, and more to do with how your brain learned to survive it. The first sign is surprisingly small. You start testing people. You stop texting first, just to see if they will. You become quiet, just to see if they notice. You tell yourself, if they really care, they'll prove it. It feels like protection, but it's actually a trap. Because the other person isn't reading your mind. They're reading your silence. And to most people, silence looks exactly like disinterest. So they slowly pull away, which confirms the very fear that started everything. See? People always leave. If testing doesn't create enough distance, your brain tries something sharper. It starts making a list. They text too much. They talk too much. They laughed too loudly. They took too long to reply. Suddenly, every tiny flaw feels enormous. Not because those flaws actually matter, but because finding a reason to leave feels safer than staying long enough to get hurt. If they're not perfect, you never have to risk discovering whether you're enough for them. And if that still isn't enough, the brain plays its final card. Leave first. Some people disappear without explanation. Others slowly become emotionally unavailable. They're still there physically, but emotionally, they're already gone. The logic is simple. If I leave first, they can't reject me. For a moment, it feels like control. But it isn't. It's loneliness, built one small decision at a time. Psychologists call these patterns attachment styles. Someone with a secure attachment believes closeness is safe. They communicate honestly. They trust gradually. A disagreement doesn't convince them the relationship is ending. Someone with an anxious attachment constantly fears abandonment. They seek reassurance, because silence feels like rejection. And someone with an avoidant attachment values independence so strongly that emotional closeness itself begins to feel uncomfortable. If that description feels familiar, don't panic. These aren't permanent identities. They're learned patterns, and anything learned can be unlearned. So how do you begin changing it? First, catch the pattern while it's happening. The next time you feel the urge to pull away, pause. Then ask yourself one question. Am I reacting to this person, or to an old wound wearing their face? That single question creates space between your past and your present. Second, practice small moments of vulnerability. You don't have to tell someone your entire life story. Sometimes it's much simpler than that. Send the text you almost deleted. Say what you actually feel. Accept help, instead of pretending you're fine. Every small act teaches your brain something new. That closeness doesn't always end in pain. That trust can grow slowly. That not everyone is a repeat of your past. Healing was never about becoming fearless. It's about teaching your brain that safety and connection can exist together. Because the hardest part was never finding the right person. It's allowing the right person to get close enough to stay. Your past may explain why you push people away, but it doesn't get to decide what happens next. That decision belongs to you. Starting with the very next text you almost don't send. If you recognized yourself somewhere in this video, don't ignore that feeling. Self-awareness is where change begins. Subscribe to Hidden Mind, where every video uncovers the hidden psychology behind the behaviors most people never question. And tell me in the comments, have you ever pushed someone away, only to regret it later?